Hunting down the best third-party lenses for Canon EF mount may seem like a foregone conclusion, but lens mounts aren't always created equal. For the most popular Canon cameras, there's the EF, EFS, and now the RF mount. The RF mount is predominantly for Canon's new range of mirrorless cameras, while the EFS variety is more for the cost-effective crop sensor type cameras. Some lenses can be used on both EF and EFS cameras, but some are specifically designed for one camera mount. It's easy to check the official website or manual for what type of camera mount you own and your chosen lens. But, for clarity and simplicity, we are going to show some of the best lenses which can be used in a variety of applications. It may seem obvious, but checking if a lens fits your camera is paramount. As previously stated, some lenses work with both Canon camera mounts, but they can deliver different focal lengths, different apertures, and in some cases, reduced functionality. I'll leave the links to discussed lenses in the description below. You can visit them for the latest information and latest prices. Starting our list with Tamron FF013C700SP 45mm. Consider Tamron 45mm f1.8 if you're wondering what lens to use for pictures. It has a lot of important characteristics. The primary benefits of this device are excellent image stabilization, weather protection, 9 aperture blades, and a strong body. According to many skilled photographers, this is the best lens for family portraits. With his assistance, you can obtain very clear and sharp pictures. Another plus to this lens is the capacity to isolate an object from the background. This characteristic, even among the more costly Nikon designs, is very uncommon in our moment. The lovely bokeh is another pleasant bonus. The Tamarind Sp series 45mm f1.8 DIVC-USD lens for Canon EF is a prime wide-angle lens intended to produce shots that are as near to our field of vision as sophisticated lens technology can reproduce. A maximum f1.8 aperture makes this lens perfect for handheld low-light shots and shallow-field artistic pictures. 1 low dispersion and 2 aspheric components eliminate distortion and boost sharpness and clarity. Fluorine coating and seals prevent smudges, dust, and moisture from fingerprints. Vibration compensation helps shape camera for sharper pictures. 9 rounded diaphragm blades for bokeh effect, limited 6-year warranty. At number 2, it's Sony FE 90mm f2.8. Thanks to a well-thought-out design, it's easy to maintain. You're going to enjoy the focus ring and switches as well. It's got a little weight. However, I would like to note that, if you use longer focal lengths, you may need more time to concentrate. The focal length of 90mm offers an excellent viewpoint for all kinds of portraits, particularly for individual portraits varying from medium-tight and cropped headshots to as broadly framed as you have a workspace. Small group and family portraits are even within the capacities of this lens with an appropriate working range. This lens is handheld with an f2.8 aperture and can stop the action at comparatively low light concentrations without resorting to very high noisy ISO environments. f2.8 allows for a very powerful, subject-isolating background blur in conjunction with a brief telephoto focal length and a tightly placed subject. The lens can take amazing photos up to f8. Of course, you will need to edit the pictures to obtain ideal outcomes. Color channel should be given unique attention. Sony has great sharpness values for this family portraits, and this is a significant characteristic of this genre of photography. At number 3, it's Fujifilm XF 56mm f1.2R. For family photography, Fujifilm 56mm f1.2 is the sharpest lens. It's very hard to discover lenses of such high quality for mirrorless cameras. Fujifilm 56mm f1.2 has a contemporary design, excellent performance and a long-lasting body. It can create an extremely lovely bokeh and is very fast focusing. This is a thorough review of the Fujifilm XF 56mm f1.2R lens for the X series cameras lines from Fuji. This short telephoto lens, 85mm full-frame equivalent, was published in February 2014 and rapidly became recognized, mirrorless or otherwise, as one of the finest prime portrait lenses on the market. The representation of colors and the details are precise. Fujifilm 56mm f1.2 has a relatively high price, so this instrument is only accessible to true experts who are looking for the finest group pictures lens. Also, a great variant for studio work is the Fujifilm 56mm f1.2. Its integrated flash will assist you to obtain the picture of the greatest quality. The XF 56mm f1.2R nearly all metal building is readily identifiable. It's constructed solidly and it feels strong. The ring of metal focus is smooth and responsive. It is well positioned on the lens ergonomically and simple to achieve. The grooved ring is about 25mm dense, and with excellent tension, it rotates readily. At number 4, it's Nikon AF-SVR Micro Nikkor 105mm. If you need a lens for taking close-ups with the possibility to work in low light, then pay attention to this model. This macro lens for portrait photography offers excellent performance and good focusing at close distances. It can take a full-size picture onto a full-frame image sensor. This lens has a cool f2.8 aperture and decent optical stabilization. You can easily adjust the autofocus settings with a manual focus ring. This lightweight standard lens is a great travel companion because you never know when a beautiful, sunny day will turn cloudy and rainy. With its fast f2.8 aperture, the AFS Nikkor 105mm f2.8G will capture even low-light situations with stunning brilliance. It is quite wide and conveniently located. Perhaps, VR technology is useful in many situations, but for macro shooting, it is not particularly important. To get the necessary sharpness, you may need a tripod because while using the high magnification ratios you get a shallow depth of field. When shooting with a tripod, VR technology is of less importance. AFS Nikkor lenses feature Nikon Silent Wave Motor, SWM. This technology converts traveling waves into rotational energy to focus the optics. This enables high-speed autofocusing that's extremely accurate and super quiet. At number 5 it's Tamarind Sp 90mm f2.8 Di macro. This lens is perfect when you are photographing smaller objects because it can focus on up to 30 centimeters, which is perfect for ant photography. The best thing about this Tamron Sp 90mm lens is that it avoids the shake of the camera which causes when you take a photo. In this way, you can avoid unwanted blur while taking the photo and can get a perfect capture. This lens is available for many camera brands like Canon, Nikon, Sony, Samsung, etc. It captures sharp images even when captured with the f2.8 aperture. A focus window will be seen, so in this way you find where the focus lies. The autofocus of this lens is so good that it found the smaller objects easily and focuses them without any issue. You may face a problem when you do a night photography because the autofocus is not good enough in low light. The manual focus ring of this lens is very smooth and nice, so you can easily operate it without having any issue. With that, we come to the end of the review. These are some best third-party lenses for Canon which you can buy. Every lens is best and has a great quality, so you first need to read the pros and cons of each. Because these will help you to understand what I didn't like about a specific lens and what I love the most in that lens. The lens which I loved most is the Fujifilm XF 56mm because this lens is cheaper as compared to others. Also, it has many other best features like focal length, portrait mode, autofocus, etc. It also has some cons like it doesn't focus well in low light and you may face the lower aperture issue as well. Instead of this, it is the perfect lens with many other features.